I have a
Yeah.
lot of people who are afraid of ChatGPT because they say it's like getting into your private information. Your private information is out there already. What you're putting into ChatGPT is not giving them a key to anything. So don't be
Yeah.
afraid of using it. And when you're using it to help move your business forward in any way, like
Yeah.
that, a plus. Like, so
Yeah.
just use it positively and yeah, it's just don't be
Yeah.
afraid of it.
Hey, 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 everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I am so happy you are here with us today because we are bringing an incredible guest back to the podcast. Lisa Duck, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, Becky. Thanks for having me. So excited to be here.
Oh, I'm so excited for this conversation. It's a little impromptu. The other day, I'm like, Lisa, you're doing so much with AI and Chat GPT. Like, what if we just hop on a podcast and record an episode together? And you're always game for it. You're always like, yeah, all right,
Always.
let's do
Yep.
it. Well, Lisa, you have been an incredible part of our modern direct seller community and are also supporting our Oh My High community. You've had some big changes in your business over the
Mhm.
first quarter of 2025 and some big plans as well for some courses and toolkits and programs that you're launching as well on your own. So, this is kind of, I feel like, the perfect timing to put together a fun episode and just show off how brilliant you are because I know we're really lucky to have you supporting all of our community and the industry as a whole. So excited for this. Let's talk about ChatGPT. How does that sound? And
That
well,
sounds
first off, let me
awesome.
ask you, is
Yeah.
ChatGPT, is that your preferred tool? Because I know there's like millions of various AI tools out there.
I've tried others and I always seem to go back to chat.
Okay.
Always. Yeah.
I'm kind of the same. Jeremy's been using some others like technical, like, development kind of stuff, but I'm the same. Me and ChatGPT, like, we seem to get along really well. And it's so easy to use, especially if you are a beginner and you're just kind of getting started or thinking about stepping into using a little bit more AI in your business. So
Hmm.
we see it everywhere. We hear it everywhere. Like, social media now has little buttons where you can click and create something AI related. And sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it's honestly really bad. Like, I
Yeah.
joke at the number of rocket ship emojis that ChatGPT somehow feels the need to give me in every sentence that I
Yeah.
write.
And every time I see one, I giggle because I'm like, oh, Becky would be cringing.
I know. I'm like, stop with the rocket ships. That's like not my vibe. I don't want that. But all that to be said, I mean, I'm using ChatGPT every single day in my business at this point. And I know many other direct sellers and small business owners and social marketing managers. So many people have embraced using AI and it's just kind of popping up everywhere. And sometimes I'm like, well, that was weird. Like Facebook's trying to create an AI image of something that I'm doing. And it's like, it's
Mhm.
not quite there yet. But for many areas of our business, ChatGPT can be just an incredible tool for us to have. So, how do you see it really changing the direct sales industry or the way direct sellers are doing work on a day to day basis?
Well, the number one thing that I think it's going to help with, and one thing that I really hate is the copy and paste. So, you see your upline or your sideline doing something and you want to copy and paste it, and then it's not doing anybody any help. It's actually hurting the algorithms. So, I see that AI is going to be that tool that's going to bridge that. It's going to help you turn that copy and paste into your own words, even though it's AI, because as long as
Yeah.
you keep talking to it, it gets to know you. It's like
Yeah.
it can become your best friend. So it will know you before you know yourself. Let me tell you that. And number one tip is, oh, well, this is not even really a tip, but make sure that you're logged in. Don't
Oh,
just go in on and use it. Log
yeah.
in, use your Gmail account, create an email, log in through Facebook, whatever. But make sure you're logged in so that it saves your history and then
Hmm.
it will get to know you. But yeah, definitely it's going to help with content creation for sure. It
Yes.
can do so many things. I know that people are struggling with how to create reels. Like it can even
Mhm.
give you scripts for a reel. It can even give you hashtags or key points to share or like just tips in general on what to do to create a good reel for
Yeah.
your niche, right? Let me tell you things that you don't even think of. Right?
Right? Absolutely. And so I feel like I've been using it for a while now. And so you're right. Like it's gotten to know me. It can like kick back some stuff where I'm like, oh, that sounded a lot like me, or oh, that was pretty good. Right. But I love the tip on, yeah, thinking about social content because I think that that's probably one of the biggest struggles or one of the biggest areas that people are like, oh, like, I gotta wake up today and go create more content. What do I do?
Hmm.
What do I say? Or how do I, show up? And I actually just used it to help write a skit for a company conference that I'm participating in. And
Hmm.
it was pretty good. It was actually really good. It wasn't perfect. We had to refine it. But I mean, you think about a script, like this is like a 15-minute thing we're doing. It's not even a 7-second reel. It's like a full
Yeah.
blown 4-person character on stage, different roles. And it was good. And it saved me hours to create that.
I actually used it one time to create a video, which I didn't actually do, but I was amazed at what it could do. I about, the business opportunity.
Yeah.
And it actually broke it down. Okay, you're going to be sitting at a dining room table and you're going to be talking to this person, and this is what you're going to say. And then the next screen, you're going to pan over to your kitchen. And it like gave you everything. And
Yeah.
if you wanted to go and create this video, all the words, all the scenes, everything was there and done for you. It was just like eye-opening. Like, this is
Yeah.
crazy.
Crazy good. It's
Yeah,
crazy good.
crazy good.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so before we get too far into all the tips, because I think you and I probably have plenty of different ways of that you could be using ChatGPT day to day. But if somebody's brand new to AI, maybe they're tuning into this podcast today and they're thinking like AI is kind of freaky, or like I'm not sure, I just don't know about that. Like, where would you say they begin? I mean, you said they need to be logged in, create an
Hmm.
account so it
Yeah.
starts remembering you and learning from you. But what do you recommend for like the very, very beginner that is just starting to use ChatGPT?
So I'm going to go into my top three tips because this is for beginners.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
So my top three tips is talk to ChatGPT like if it's a person sitting in front of you.
Okay.
Number
Mm-hmm.
one, I find that a lot of direct sellers struggle with this scripted, they're too worried about scripting things to making it they sound robotic when they're actually typing it in. But if you just sit there and talk to it,
Mm-hmm.
it will actually pick up your tone. It will pick up the way that you're talking, and then it will help you create stuff that sounds more like you.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
That's like one way to do it. So that's my first tip. Another thing is be very specific about what you want. Like,
mm-hmm.
don't just be general. If you want it to give you 30 days of social media content in like chart format with
Mm-hmm.
like picture suggestions and all that stuff, tell it.
Yeah.
It's smarter than you think because it's amazing at what it can actually give you in the end. Like you'll get a column with the days of the week to post. It will give you a column with what to say, what is the content you're actually having. And then it will tell you what kind of picture it suggests to go with that content. So all the work is really done for you, but then you just need to go and take that. Okay, it says post a picture of you holding a one of your favorite products. You just then have
Mm-hmm.
to go and take that picture because the thought is out of it. You don't have to think, oh, what kind of image would go well with this content? But be
Yeah.
very specific about what you want it to give. And then my
Yeah.
last tip is don't be afraid to tell it that you don't like what it's given you.
I'm
You're
really good at that.
not
I'm
going to
like,
hurt its
this was
feelings.
not good. Try again.
Yeah. And go back in and say, no, I don't like that. Make that more fun. Use less emojis,
Yeah.
use more emojis, get rid of that rocket emoji, you know, and like even try again, but make sure you include more of this and
Mm-hmm.
let it refine it for you before you can actually go and post it. And then here's my number four tip is don't just copy and paste. You can
Yeah.
copy and paste, but make sure that you edit it somehow so
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
because that just makes sure that you're rereading it.
Yeah.
Because I've caught myself many a times just going to do a quick, I was like, whoa, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So make sure that you're going to do some sort of editing process so that it doesn't sound just like a robotic. I
Yeah.
can tell. And I'm sure you could tell when people have just pulled out the first response that ChatGPT has given them and pasted it in social media. It's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
obvious.
Right. No, I love that tip too, that, don't treat it as a final product. And sometimes what
Hmm.
I'll do is I will edit it or kind of finesse it or, take it as kind of a starting point. And a lot of times I'll take what I land with and feed that back into ChatGPT
Hmm.
and say, like, that was really good. Here's where I ended up. Because I think it's learning from me as I'm saying, like, well, I was like 80% of the way there. Here's where I landed with it, and I'll just
Hmm.
drop that back in. Like, here's where I landed. Take note for the future. And then drop that paragraph in or that caption in or that concept in. And I think
Yeah.
that really does help it get better and better and better.
Yeah. And you'd be surprised at how much that allows it to get to know you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
The
So
more,
talk to it like
yeah.
you normally would talk to it. Be
Hmm.
specific in what you're
Hmm.
asking for. Tell it to try again if
Yeah.
it wasn't the output that you were looking for. And then last but not least, fourth, to refine it. And so you're doing some editing after the fact to make sure that the end product that you're using is truly in your own voice and accurate too, because you just
Correct.
never know what is going to kind of slip in there and you got to make sure you're reading it.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so good. I love those tips. Have you seen direct sellers using ChatGPT as a tool to help with follow-up or any kind of like messaging and conversations? Because I know that's another big struggle, right? Like we see that all the time where somebody sends a DM and you're like, "Oh, I don't know how to respond to this objection," or somebody sends, kind of a weird message and they're on your team and you really want to say one thing, but you should probably say something else. Are you seeing people using it to help guide conversations as well?
Absolutely. So you can easily just copy that message that they've sent into ChatGPT and ask it to write a response, making it fun or making it, professional or whatever tone you want it to be presented in, and then
Yeah.
give it like sort of the answer that you want it to give, and
Yeah.
it will tell you how to respond. Like
Yeah.
I use this all the time in my follow-ups. I'll craft out a message like you just
Uh-huh.
said earlier, and then I'll put it in and I'm like, because I don't always make things clear. I tend to
Mm.
overcomplicate things, right? So I'll say, okay, this is my response to this message. Can you help me make this message more clear and fun? Because I don't want
Mm.
to come across as stern or, rude.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid we're rude. And it's amazing. It was like, okay, you are almost there, or let me make this more clear. And it will give you a response. And
Yeah.
you're like, I'm usually like, wow, okay, that's great. I don't often send an email response without throwing it in ChatGPT first.
Ooh, the
Yeah.
true confession is coming out, Lisa. I love that.
Yeah.
But so, so smart. I've done that too. And I've done it like for weird things where I'm like, I really need to write an email to this company about this thing and whatever, like not even business related, where I'm like, I just need to send an email to say that my warranty should still be in place or that I was not happy with that. And I'm like, ooh, that was really good. That was really good,
Yeah.
ChatGPT. I'm going to borrow that.
Yeah. And you can even like, you know how a lot of uplines or companies will give you scripts?
Yeah.
Like a script of what to respond to a person, throw that script into ChatGPT
Mm.
and ask it, because I often find that those scripts, I hate scripts because they sound so scripted. I mean,
Yeah.
that's because that's what they are. But
Yeah.
I mean, you can make them a lot more fun. You can add a lot more of your personal flair to those messages so that they don't seem like a scripted response.
Yeah. Well, and you can upload files to ChatGPT too, right? So, like, if
Hmm.
your company gave you a PDF guide of like overcoming objections or the messages to send out when you're following up with a lead, right? Like, you can
Yeah.
essentially take that document and ask ChatGPT to put it in your own voice
Yeah.
to help you really craft messages that you feel like are, a bit more, like you said, a bit more fun or a little bit more cheeky or a little bit more clear or just, using kind of your tone, which I think is pretty cool too.
And that's the key. And when you're logged in too, the more information you're feeding ChatGPT when you're logged in, the more
Yeah,
information that it's retaining, and it's going to help you in the end craft better responses that are more in line with what you have to offer.
I love that. Love that. Okay, cool. And Lisa, since you're helping with Oh My High so much, right? I know that we've talked a lot about AI and ChatGPT and how to repurpose content and move things from blog posts to emails, that kind of thing. But anything that you are seeing working really well for those that have a website and using ChatGPT to help with the messaging on the website or the user experience on the website, anything that you're seeing kind of in that realm of things?
Yeah, you could use ChatGPT anywhere that you need to. I mean, just I'm thinking of Oh My Hi, for example. You have your welcome, your homepage, and it's like an introduction to you.
Yeah.
Well, just write a little blurb about what you want to say, or even give it that text that we have in the
Yeah, like the
template,
fill in the blank.
put it in there, and then here's a good tip. Put that in and tell it to ask you questions that it needs to complete the task. And
Ooh.
then it's going to say, okay, number one, I need this. Number two, I need this. And then answer that all in one response. And
Yeah.
when you hit enter, it will take that information and it will feed it right into that fill in the blank that you already inserted from the Oh My High website.
Ooh, that's
So
good, Lisa. I like
it's like
that.
I like asking it to ask me questions because
Yes.
we don't know what it doesn't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're just going to want to keep telling it, like, get to know me better, get to know me better. And then the
Yeah.
next time it won't have to ask that same question. But I've done crazy things with ChatGPT in terms of websites. Like I've asked it to help me design a whole homepage
Mm.
and it can even go as far as it said to me one time, do you want me to give you the code so that you could just go and import the code? And I'm like, no, thanks, that's fine. Like, but it's
Yeah.
amazing. It could give you image suggestions. And now they have like all of these linked apps. So you can actually
Uh-huh.
pull Canva and stuff into ChatGPT, and there's just so many amazing things that you could do with it.
That
But
is
yeah,
super
it could
cool.
definitely help you with your website. And then with blogging, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you don't even have to create the blog. It's just go in there and tell it that, you want to create a blog on this. Here are the keywords. Be
Mhm.
sure to include it. I like to always say, make sure that you include one H1 and
Yeah.
a number of H2 or H3 headings in this blog.
Ooh. Like that.
Um, yeah, so that you can get more SEO searchability,
Yeah.
right?
And you can also say make it a certain number of words
Yeah.
or use a tone that's like this, right?
Hmm.
Like you can, that's where it really helps in being more specific to make
Yeah.
sure that that output is in alignment with what you like. I know when I've used it for more longer form content like that, a lot of times I love the first paragraph or the second paragraph, but like the third paragraph is weird or not relevant. And so I've also done things where I'll copy back that section and say, I love this part, this section needs to be reworked. Here's a couple of things to work into that paragraph and then let it spit out something else. So it's not just like a one and done. And I think it's important for people to know that it's not like you go, you tell it one thing and you get a final product. It is
Hmm.
like a dialogue that you're having back and forth
Yeah.
to really get to that end product that you're looking for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And proofreading, that would be another
Yeah.
incredible tool, right? How often
I
like
I
oh my
am the
God.
queen of like mistakes and spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes. So I use
Jeremy
it
is the
all the
king of
time.
pointing out anytime like there is like half of a typo or a broken link. He's always like, did you proofread it? I'm like, yeah, I proofread it. And he was like, did you really read it? I'm like, I did. I'm like, okay, not detailed, not detailed. I
Hmm.
all right. Okay. Yeah. ChatGPT can help us out with that too.
Yeah.
So good. I love all of these tips and all of these different use cases. I feel like as we embrace AI and as we start using it more, we're going to get more comfortable with it. And it's also such a new area that like I think it keeps changing so quickly and what's possible, right? And that's
Hmm.
one thing I've noticed is like I did a podcast episode over a year ago on AI and some of the basic tips that we had about using certain prompts, like they were great, but like fast forward to today, it's gotten so much better. So great. Oh, I was going to ask you, do you think you need a paid account? Are you using a paid GPT account or
Honestly, I have been using a free account up until now.
yeah.
And I'm only going to be switching to a paid account because I'm working on creating custom GPTs. But
Okay. Okay.
yeah, I have done everything that I have done on a free account, and you have a lot of, yeah, don't spend the $20 unless you need to.
Yeah. I've
Really.
I'm still on a free account too. I
Yep.
I think we have AI built into several other tools that we're using and we keep getting like upgrades or some stuff is included with different things and other things aren't. But on ChatGPT, I'm just using the free version. And
Yeah.
occasionally I like tap it out where it's like you've reached your limit and it starts like sending things really, really slow back to
Hmm.
me. Or like you're doing any kind of data analysis. I've gotten that message before where you've reached your daily limit on this type of analysis, like uploading a spreadsheet with a whole bunch of different columns and
Hmm.
information in it. But in terms of content creation, I've been in pretty good
No.
shape using the free version.
The average direct seller does not need to pay for ChatGPT.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. You heard it here first. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So good. Anything else, Lisa, that you would add or make sure people know as they're thinking about using more AI in their business?
I mean, just don't be afraid of it. I have a
Yeah.
lot of people who are afraid of ChatGPT because they say it's like getting into your private information. It's your private information is out there already. Like what
Yeah.
what you're putting into ChatGPT is not giving them a key to anything. So don't be
Yeah.
afraid of using it. And when you're using it to help move your business forward in any way, like
Yeah.
that a plus. Like so
Yeah.
just use it positively and yeah, it's just don't be
Yeah.
afraid of it.
It's like a free intern.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not mad about it. Well, I ask everyone this, and I've asked you before, but what's your favorite office supply, Lisa?
That's funny. That's my modern direct seller
Yes.
erasable pen.
The very best. It's the very best of the best. I should have
Yeah.
built my whole business on erasable pens. It's
Well,
a
you were the
game
first one to
changer.
introduce me to it, and I'm like, oh my God, like
Uh,
where has this been my whole life?
exactly.
I even
Exactly.
have the erasable highlighters now, so
Oh,
yeah, I'm hooked.
same. Same, same, same. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, tell us, Lisa. I mean, many already know you, and I probably didn't even do a proper introduction here at the beginning of this episode because I'm just like, oh, we're all best friends here. Everyone knows Lisa. But tell us, of course, you're part of our Oh My High community and
Mhm.
providing support to our Modern Direct Seller Academy VIPs. But tell us about your own business, where we can find you, where we can connect with you, and learn more about the AI program that you're launching.
Yeah, so I have a business called Digitally Direct, and basically what it is it's helping take the overwhelm out of tech and tools for direct sellers and small business owners. And I am currently working on a full-on AI course, ChatGPT course for direct sellers and small business owners, but I decided because that's probably a month or so out, I'm going to start working on custom GPTs for like direct sellers and small business owners. So what these custom GPTs are going to do, it's going to have all the work in the done for you in the background. So you could just
Hmm.
go and enter in, I want to write content about a topic,
Yeah.
and then it's going to give you all the questions that it needs, and it's going to create this content specific for you without you needing to know the exact prompts to use. So that's what I'm working on.
Exciting.
Yeah, so it
I
is
can't
going
wait
to
to
be
get my hands
exciting
on that.
because it's going to help so many people.
Yeah,
So
it
yeah,
is. It
it's the
is.
easy button.
Amazing. Okay, well, where can we connect with you?
I'm usually on Facebook.
Okay.
Find me at Lisa Duck, but you could just go to lisaduck.com and that takes you everywhere I am. I'm still working on my site because I keep changing it all the time, but that's where you'll find me.
It's never done. The work is
Nope.
never done. Amazing. Well, we'll link to that in the show notes, and I look forward to seeing those custom ChatGPTs. That's going to be really, really cool. Super
Hmm.
awesome. Thank you, Lisa, for being here today and sharing your expertise in our community. I always say you're like the most patient person I know, and you can sit with anyone. And even if they're like, I am not techie, I have never done anything like this before, you just shine sitting with people and helping them see their vision come to life. So thank you so much for being here today and
Thank
being
you.
part of our world. And excited for everyone to hear this episode and learn more about how they can work some AI into their direct sales business. So thanks again.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
This episode is sponsored by CintShare. CintShare is the #1 social media scheduler for direct sellers and loved by creators in any industry. It's truly your one-stop shop for all things social. Join hundreds of thousands of social sellers and entrepreneurs who turn to CintShare for free social media training and resources. Get started today with your free 30-day trial at moderndirectseller.com/CintShare.